When did you start your low carb journey and why?
I started my low carb journey. I want to say it'll be 3 years ago, this June. And the reason that I started my low carb journey in June is I was considered morbidly obese. I have kidney disease, and I had been gaining weight ever since what I had was called a nephrectomy. I had a kidney removed, and during the removal process, I started retaining a lot of water. And my kidney doctor and I went through various types of diets. I was vegetarian for a long time. I started counting calories. I started doing different exercise programs, but no matter what, the weight just kept going up. It didn't matter what I did. And it was him, and he just kind of said, some people respond well to a low carb lifestyle. And he recommended me to a center that specializes in low carb. So I worked on it with doctors, and they followed my heart, my breathing. And I checked in every single week with them and went on the journey with them. And through the journey, I lost 80 pounds. And I have now, it took about a year to lose the 80 pounds. And I have been maintaining it now for it'll be 3 years this coming June that I will have maintained the weight loss. So it was to get my health back on track.
Do you track what you eat?
So when I first started, I tracked everything. I had the food scale, I had a calculator, I had different apps. I tried them all. I've done Fitness Pal, I've done Carb Manager. There's lots of them out there. So what I would say to anybody who's trying to figure this out and you are not at your goal weight yet, yes, I would definitely say to track at the beginning. Make sure you're eating the right amount of protein, the right amount of fat, the right amount of veggies. Track. Now that I'm maintaining, I don't use I have a particular app that I like, but there's tons of them out there and they're free, guys. Just find a free app that you like. I only track when I gain 3 or more pounds. Once I see that scale, I weigh myself weekly. If I see a 3-pound increase, I will track my foods until I'm back down. And I maybe track my foods 3 to 4 times a year because I don't fluctuate often. I'm pretty good on knowing how much protein, how many veggies. I'm pretty good on counting everything out. So when you're going through the weight loss, please track. Once you get to maintenance mode, start learning how to eat without tracking, but know that if you start to see the scale climb, go back to it.
What is a favorite meal and dessert?
Okay, to the person who asked this question, that was really hard for me because I would say our family has different answers to that question. One of my favorite meals is the lasagna. It's called the crepini lasagna on there. Sometimes I use crepini, sometimes I use egg life, sometimes I use palmini noodles. But I use the same recipe, but it just really depends on what's on sale at the store. So if you go through my recipes and find that one, I think you will love that one. That's for me, but I will tell you as far as family favorites, I know my daughter's in love with the low carb taco soup. She requests that one often. And my husband's favorite is the Mexican casserole. That one's on there, and we're having that one later this week. So there are a lot of good ones for me just to say one, but I do like the lasagna. As far as dessert goes, it's another hard one. I really, really like the cheesecake brownies. And that one goes back to when I'm a little bit heavier. You got to scroll back closer to the beginning of me making videos. But those cheesecake brownies are amazing. There's also one that's called the zero carb fudge. That's great. There's my own 90-night cookies. I will tell you, my daughter likes the the strawberry cobbler, and the strawberry fat bombs. And yeah, so there's a lot of good ones, but I am a brownie girl, so go check out some of the brownies. But if you like things like fat bombs or cobblers, I'll tell you some of those are really good too. So for me, I'm gonna say the chocolate based desserts, but the cobbler is definitely worth doing too. Yeah.
Do you ever cheat?
Yes, I do cheat. During the weight loss, once again, during the weight loss, the answer is no. I shouldn't say the answer is no. I started learning how to cheat when I was down to 10 pounds to lose. So for the first 70, there was no cheating. And that was hard. Going to work and seeing donuts and seeing the stuff around me and just being able to walk right by it and not do it. When I got down to the last 10, the weight loss clinic that I was working with, the low carb diet center that I was working with, they actually encouraged me once a week to either do a cheat meal or a cheat snack, but to do something every week, because a lot of it is, once you maintain, you got to be able to live life with everybody, and you're going to be invited out to people's houses and they're not going to think about making things low carb. If it's a potluck, you know you can bring stuff that you can eat, but if you go to some place and it's whatever they have, you need to not feel guilty about it. So what I will say is that yes, once a week I do a cheat meal with the family, and once a week I do a cheat snack. And I do both of those once a week. And Friday night is my cheat meal and Sunday is my cheat snack. And then I'm back in the game the entire rest of the week, and it works for me. I just have to make sure that when I do a cheat meal, to this day, you can ask my family members this, I literally count what I eat. I grab what I eat and I don't look back. I don't get seconds. I don't do it. It's portion control. So if you're gonna cheat, don't do it until you've lost your weight. And then when you do it, make sure you watch your portions. Really, really make sure you watch your portions. But yes, I am a human being, and I will indulge from time to time.
What are your thoughts on intermittent fasting?
So intermittent fasting, that was a great question. When I first started the diet program, every night after dinner, cold stop. And then basically breakfast, break the fast. And I made sure there was it had to be over 12 hours. There's data to back that up. So some people do say it has to be 16. That is technically not true. And I only know that, once again, because I went through a diet center and I'm speaking on behalf of doctors. After 20 hours, your body starts melting fat. So it's got to be more than 12. So I did 13 to 14 hours from dinner to breakfast. And what I would do for the rest of the evening is I would do things like, if I got really hungry, I would suck on a sugar-free mint, because mint is a natural appetite suppressant. I drank tons of water, or I'd have like flavored teas, something that like flavored to trigger the brain, but without adding the calories to my diet. And then in the morning, I would have a nice breakfast to break the fast. I do not intermittent fast now that I'm maintaining my weight. Should I ever go over 10 pounds? Hopefully I won't, because I try to start tracking at 3, but let's say I went on a vacation and there was a 10 pound, then I would go back to it. So yes, I definitely recommend it for the beginning of a diet until you get to that spot where when you don't need to lose anymore, you don't need to fast anymore, because you don't want the scale to keep going down. You want to start maintaining, if that makes sense. So I want to say, was that the last question? Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to thank all of you guys that responded to the community poll and put those questions out there. I know that this was not a cooking video this week, a little bit of a different format, but I hope that I helped answer some people's questions. Feel free to ask questions even in this comment section here. If there's something that made you think of another question, feel free to put a question in here. I love that idea. I will do a cooking video next week. I just wanted to do something different. So thank you to all of you guys that submitted questions, and I will see you next time. Bye.